XFM News on point.
News on XFM. I'm Chris Tim. The Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, have refuted the allegations that the Lord's Resistance Army leader, Joseph Kony, is requesting for peace talks with the government of Uganda. The deputy UPDF spokesperson, Dale Akiki, says that it's not yet their time to talk about it until they have enough evidence and clearance from the government of Uganda.
But as UPDF, it's not yet our time, or it may not be our time to talk about LRA seeking for peace or not. We cannot confirm or deny the fact that LRA could have taken such an action, but it's not yet within our domain. And in any case, if anything of that matter comes up, we are sure government will inform you of the developments. At the moment, we don't have that information provided to us by government.
About the deployment of the UPDF on the borders, Akiki says that they are trying to enforce the COVID-19 presidential directives.
We don't have UPDF anywhere closer or within the territory of Congo. The deployments near Eastern Congo are those deployments that were reinforced. I insist on the word reinforced because we always keep our borders because of COVID-19 guidelines to avoid people crossing without following the procedures. Our continued presence along our borders is to deter any possible infiltration or any possible insecurity that could be caused by these groups that operate inside Eastern Congo.
The Director, Policy and Planning at the National Forestry Authority, Paul Buyera Musamali, wants the National Forestry and Planning Act 2003 reviewed to allow it to cater for emerging issues. Musamali says that the current law cannot serve the purpose because there have been a lot of changes in regard to the population, climate change and other dynamics which are rendering them inefficient. He adds that these changes have exerted a lot of pressure on the forests, which has increased the number of trees which are cut down every day.
We need to review and we bring forestry under one managing institution. For example, we have institutions which are managing forest. We have district local government, which don't report to NFA. We have NFA, which reports, of course, the ministry. Then we have, within the ministry, we have forest sector support department. So I think there need to be some harmonization.
Government wants Parliament to approve 650 million shillings to purchase a car for Susan Mwezi, a wife to the former Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Jim Mwezi. This is contained in the additional supplementary budget schedule for 2020-2021 that was tabled by the Minister of State for Planning, David Bahati, last week. The statement tabled by the Minister indicates that government committed to purchase transport equipment for the Senior Presidential Advisor on the African Growth Opportunity Act, commonly known as AGOA, worth 650 million shillings, a position Susan Mwezi holds. The Ministry of Finance also wants 1.6 billion shillings for the Jinja Regional Referral Hospital to cater for the payment of salaries for contract health workers and support staff. Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital is looking for additional 2.9 billion shillings from USAID to cater for the payment of salaries for contract health workers and support staff. Local governments want 2.1 billion shillings to cater for their responses to the COVID-19, while the newly created Terego district wants 23.8 billion shillings to be transferred from their mother district of Arua. The Executive Director of the National Children Authority, Martin Kiza, has asked government bodies to join efforts in a move to fight the abuse of children's rights in Uganda. Kiza made the call to the different government bodies during the National Children's Symposium, organized to devise means of fighting the violation of children's rights. He says that many children have been married off by their parents in exchange for money, saying that such acts can only be fought through joint efforts by the government bodies.
We are saying that as National Children Authority, calling upon every other actor, every stakeholder to play your respective roles in ensuring that children are given maximum services and protection. Children have raised different issues ranging from child abuse, whereby they talk of being defiled, they talk of being neglected, they talk of being harmed. These are issues that we have seen as a big concern.
On to World Health News. A man in the United States has caught COVID twice, with the second infection becoming far more dangerous than the first. Doctors report the 25-year-old needed hospital treatment after his lungs could not get enough oxygen into his body. Reinfections remain rare, and he has now recovered. But the study in the lung cat infectious diseases raises questions about how much immunity can be built up to the virus. The man from Nevada had no known health problems or immune defects that would make him particularly vulnerable to COVID-19. In sports, in tennis, Rafael Nadal's record of 13 French Open titles will never be broken, says Britain's Andy Murray. 34-year-old Nadal sealed his latest Roland Garros success with a 6-love, 6-2, 7-5 win over Novak Djokovic on Sunday to equal Roger Federer's feat of 20 Grand Slams. The nearest to the Spaniard's total in the Open era is Boyan Bog, the French Open winner 6 times between 1974 and 1981. And that's the latest XFM News.
XFM News on point.